Back at it for another week. Jason Portuondo alongside Donovan Bailey. It is time for Running Things with DB, and this is it, man. We are a week away, 1 week today, actually, from the most glorious thing in terms of competition. I don't know about you, but you got to be pumped, right? This theme alone gets me pumped.
Good. I chose it that way. Listen, I chose it because I said Jason is going to get pumped every day or every time we record just to listen to this. And I mean, I'm a big fan of the oma.uk guys. So, I mean, you always got to give them a shout out. But yeah, man, this is great. We've got the big show. The big show starts. The Olympics starts. Track and field certainly starts after the Olympics starts. But yeah, we're about are we 1 week? Well, we're
1 week today.
That's excellent. So
1 week today before, we can get into the thick of things. By the way, we will have a full preview coming up next edition of Donovan Bailey Running Things. Full preview. Okay. You're going to have everything from tip to tail.
You sure about that?
From the flag bearing opening to the flag bearing closing.
He ain't doing that.
You're doing it all.
I ain't doing that. And unless he's doing it, you guys can tune in. You ain't gonna be, that ain't gonna be me.
All right, how about we just
running things?
How about we just stick to the track?
Stick to the track.
Stick
to the track.
Exactly.
Stick to the track.
How you doing? You good?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, the weather's finally getting into Donovan Bailey territory.
Of course, it's nice. So yesterday I sat in the patio. I had a phenomenal business meeting yesterday, and I had a
couple of cigars.
I had a great Cuban Trinidad. I had a great, for those cigar smokers, Cuban cigar, the Trinidad's, and some nice Louis XIII, and it was awesome.
Wow. You're hanging with the elite when. Oh my goodness, yeah.
Don't even go there.
Don't even go there. But yeah, I can't wait. The games, the Olympiad. This is what it's all about. There's so much that has happened on the track, and it all culminates in Paris. The countdown officially on. But we've got some things to recap before we get to that. We're going to look back at some Diamond League action in Monaco, also Luzerne. We'll head over to France, if you will. Why not? That's where the big event's happening, obviously. Right. And then we're going to look ahead. We got final preps coming up. We got the Holloway the Classic in Gainesville, Florida.
Right.
And we also have a Diamond League event in London that's going to be hot. Both of those are super lit.
Should be, man. Should be. Looking forward to the event. Definitely looking forward to the event. The one in London, I have to mention that I think that Glenroy's got the Canadian relay team, the boys out there in London. And I'm sure I'll mention it later on, but I'm remembering it now.
Okay.
Looking forward to see how they're putting in. They're using two of the alternates that I'm big on, Dwayne Asamoto and Eliza Ejigbe. Both of those are the young Canadian upstarts, and hopefully the relay team gets to stick around and runs well.
All right. Well, in order to run well, you need the proper footing, right? Mm-hmm. It's all about the shoes. You do realize, people, your entire body all comes from the feet.
What?
Nice little segue. As long as your feet are good, the rest of your body's good. Okay. If you don't have on good shoes,
right,
like perhaps BioPods,
I get
then you know what? You need to empower your every step. So, with that being said, yes, our friends at BioPods, we need to shout them out for sponsoring this and every race of the week. Visit biopods.com for more. Julian Alfred was lighting it up. Must have been the shoes.
Great start from Alfred. Bit of work to do for Talu. Also going with Valdebeek. And now Danny Smith is coming through from lane 3. But Alfred has got the match on this. Also coming well is Davis. But it's Alfred who gets it on the line. 10.85.
10.85 over to Mary Davis, Diener, Asher Smith, as they like to say. Diener, Asher Smith.
Diener?
Diener. That's the way they call her.
Not Dina.
I always thought it was Dina, but if you listen to the English, it's Diener.
Okay.
Yes.
Dina is of yard heritage.
Who isn't? It seems like all these people, no matter who they're running for now, all have some sort of Jamaican roots, right? Julian Alfred, surprisingly enough, doesn't.
What do you mean
she is St. Lucian.
But she went to high school in Jamaica.
Yeah, well, there you go.
And then she went to University of Texas.
Yeah.
So she's kind of following the same.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Even
as
though
most
great
sprinters, No, of course not. Listen, man, she's the proud daughter of our sister island, St. Lucia. Yeah. And yeah, let's talk about our race. Listen, man, incredible. Jason, as you know, as we discuss and we talk about this every week, I am not, and I mean, obviously tell the audience, for me, all the athletes that are competing right now, for me, I just wish them great health, really, and the fact that they're sharpening their race strategy. We know that all of them are training through all of the competitions that we see right now. I mean, this was very relative for me. Anytime there were any Olympics, pre-World Champions, just pre-major championships, I always trained through competitions. So yeah, I like what Julian is doing. She is someone, and we've discussed this, she is someone that's going to play a major role in Paris. She's unafraid. She's got her first title from the indoor championships this year. And you know, 10 at this point, she's sharpening you know, all the tools in her toolbox, man, and running 10.8 at this time simply means that she's gonna go faster. She's gonna have to go faster to even get on the podium, but she's looking incredible.
Yeah, and did it just so easily. That's the scary part. Yeah. So that's her first ever Diamond League victory. I mean,
that's okay.
I sound amazed, but don't forget, she just turned pro, right? I mean, it was late last year.
Right.
You know, she's coming out of Texas. Yes, she did go to St. Catherine's High School in Jamaica. So there are the Jamaican
There's
roots.
A stat man.
There's always Jamaican roots somehow.
Of course there is.
If you want to be a good runner, somehow you got to do something in Jamaica along the way. But yeah, 10.85, and she's obviously a serious contender when we talk about the Paris Games coming up. But before that, she's got Diamond League action on the mind, and she is one of those athletes that can double up going 1 and 2.
She is absolutely someone that very easily can be in the podium in the women's 100 meters and the women's 200 meters. That's how talented she is. I mean, the infrastructure in which she works at University of Texas, again, I've been part of that. So I know exactly how prepared she is, and like I said, Jason, she's training through a lot of these competitions. You'll find that, you know, all the athletes. I mean, you know, obviously the other incredible women, you know, whether it's Sharika, you know, Shakari, Shelly-Ann, Talu, all of these ladies, they're all training and sharpening through a lot of these Diamond League or professional competitions before the Olympics. Everyone wants to be ready for Paris, and so you know, if they're ready, that's where the big show is all about. It's really all about one medal, and that's the gold.
Yeah, St. Lucia, the pride, man,
100%.
Great story. But of course, the focus when sprinting quite often is the U.S. versus Jamaica. In Luzerne, Zoe Hobbs of New Zealand was able to win in a time of 11:17. Kambuji had the second fastest time. Kemba Nelson of Jamaica, third fastest. Concerning, though, Shelly-Ann was supposed to have her first international race of the year.
Right.
Never happened. Had some discomfort in warm-ups. Decided not to go. I mean, we already know the situation with Elaine Thompson-Herah.
Yeah, she's watching.
You know, it's Shelly-Ann, so you never, ever discount what she's able to do, right? You never count her out. But are you concerned at all that she comes up with this type of injury instead of, you know, getting in more action?
It's close. It's close. Well, first of all, you're always going to get a different level of tension when it comes to actual real competition. But you know, if there's one person or one woman, anyways, that has never gone to a major championships, and even if she's hurt, she can muster out a medal. It's Shelly-Ann. What concerns me really is race rust.
Right.
However, you do have rounds, right? And as a professional, she's been doing this for a while, and you know, she's also at the top of the charts. You know, when it comes to her level of preparedness and professionalism. So yeah, I mean, maybe I'm a little concerned, but I know that her team and her mental, psychological, and physical preparation will be on point when she hits the track in in Paris, because it will be her last Olympics, right? At least that's what they're saying. If it is her last Olympics, Shelly-Ann Fraser is absolutely not going there and giving up anything. You're gonna have to take it from her. So yes, I have confidence in her when she hits the track that she's gonna be ready.
Yeah, it's got to be her last. I mean, she'd be 42 going into the next one. Anything's possible. I know age is just a number, but yeah, 42. That's a little bit.
Father or mother time wins.
Yes.
But yeah, listen, I mean, my concern is just her being prepared at the games. I mean, I'm so looking forward to seeing her hit the track and seeing what she can do. I mean, I can easily declare exactly what I think is going to happen in her first round. And I think she'll be fine. I told you I'll determine that when I watch the round.
Oh, I think you can tell me right now.
I can't tell you right now.
That'd be nice to know.
I can't tell
I'm a little concerned. Hopefully she's okay, because all I can ask for any athlete, and I'm not saying to be at 100%, because I can tell you right now, I don't think anybody's at 100%. You may be 97, you may be to be 100%. Come on, I just don't think that's possible. Okay, but I mean, I just want every athlete to be at his or her best as much as they can be.
Well, that's what the finals is all about. That's really what, I mean, when the gun
just
goes
overall, just to get, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I just want anybody having any type of setbacks.
Well, I think that there's also, I mean, listen, I obviously I'm a fan of Shelly-Ann, and so maybe we're spending a little time on her because of what she's meant to track and field, what she's meant to the culture, what she's meant for women, what she meant for little girls, what she's meant for running a technically sound actual race. So it's all of those things. So her incredible legacy is already sealed. But what I'd like to do is to see her going out or retiring with a nice medal around her neck.
Fair enough. The competition is steep, so
very steep.
Yeah, she earns it. She gets it. She's going to definitely have to earn it. We also had a meet in France. So, speaking of the ladies' action, we should mention Femke Bol. I mean, she's amazing. Only thing for her that's she's in the 400 hurdles. Somebody else is also in the 400 hurdles. That's pretty decent, right? So Femke Bol gets a meeting record there at the Stade de la Charrière, France. So I mean, it's good that she's feeling pretty good about herself. But I mean, I know we do sprinting and this is a full lap thing, but do you give her any shot against the great one?
You know what? Running 50.95 is, dude, I'm just saying it's incredible that
for sure.
Well, it's incredible that you're seeing women running faster over hurdles. And some of those qualifying times are the Olympic standard for the flat 400 meters. So, you know what? Hey, man.
That puts it in perspective.
Yeah, exactly. Shots out to Femke Bol. I'm looking forward to the competition. Sydney is obviously in a different league, and
100%.
But what I like though is the ambition of Femke Bol. The ambition is that she's going to get out and she's going to leave it all on the track, and that's what I tell any kid in anything you're doing, whether it's sports or school or whatever. I mean, at the end of the day, like even and I think we laughed about it a couple of weeks ago. Although we believe that, unless Sydney trips and falls, there's zero chance that she's not going to get the
Even if she does.
Yeah.
She still might get up and win same way.
Well, there you go. Jason's pretty confident.
Oh, yeah.
And so at least we know that there's going to be there's probably going to be a separation between Femke and Sydney, maybe over the last 100 meters. But we know now with that time that Femke is going to give her as good a shot as possible, for the gold medal.
All right. And by the way, that victory by Femke Bol, nearly 3 seconds faster than the second place finisher.
By the way,
that's
people,
insane, man.
Sometimes I try to explain this to people. I mean, 3 seconds, 3 seconds is like that, right? But in competition, it is like another universe. Right, like realistically, there were 2 separate races being ran. There was one by Femke herself, kind of like when you watch Sydney run. There's one race, and then there's a massive, gap where the camera can't find the second place person. That's how significant Femke's race was there, and also usually what Sydney's look like.
Enough said. We'll leave it there. We'll transition over to the guys and. Also, Diamond League action from Monaco recently. Letsile Tebogo cruising in the deuce. Final time there was 19.87. Again, he's another guy that's, to me, just, trending in the right direction, peaking at the right time. And we all know Noah Lyles is the one to beat.
Right. Well, I mean,
but he's
the reigning world champion.
Of course. So you got to give him the due. He's got to be the favorite going in, Noah Lyles.
Of course. No, for the deuce? Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, no. For sure. Noah Lyles is the absolute favorite and probably the most confident guy. But I think that the most dangerous guy and probably the most quietest guy is that guy we're talking about right now. 1987 is probably one of the easiest races I've ever seen run. And like I said, Jason, earlier, everyone, the athletes that you're going to see in the finals in competition in Paris, these guys are training through competitions today. So you're training through competitions today. So Letsile that was probably one of his 3 or 4 runs, a couple of days ago. Because he was practicing, but it's one of the easiest runs I've seen, man. And if 19.8 looks that easy, and Jason, remember, this guy's a junior champion, junior record holder, so he's unafraid. Like, it doesn't matter to him. So all of the noise, I think that he as an African has found that formula where he has completely ignored and shut out all the noise and just gets out and does his thing. Letsile Tebogo should be on the podium in the 1 and the 2 and could easily be champion at both.
Back in your day, do you remember as many guys and women that we have right now running the 1-2? Was that a popular thing back then?
Yeah, it's always been popular. I mean, the 200 meters is always, for me, it was a consolation prize. I mean, the real competition really always was the 100 meters or the 400 meters, 1,500 meters. You can, and those are what the fans come out to watch and what brings excitement. But yeah, usually it's really hard. And I think that, great question. Running the 100 and the 200 is extremely 2 completely different training methods, rhythm, gait, running the corner, like understanding, breathing, all of that stuff. So yeah, I mean, to run both is incredible. And that's why I think that, obviously the great Usain Bolt was, to have both world records, it kind of says so much about how talented he was.
And let's not forget the great Elaine Thompson-Herah.
Yes.
Only one ever to defend that 1-2 title on the women's side.
Absolutely, right? So man. And I think that's why maybe, again, you and I are both kind of sad for her.
Yeah, exactly.
That her injuries had not allowed her to kind of come back and do that, because you'd like to see, what you want to see is epic performances. And obviously she's put some on the track. She's still very young. Hopefully she's taking care of those injuries, and we'll get to see her next year at the World Championships. But man, you're right. The 1 and the 2 is going to be real good. I'm looking forward to actually Sharika doing that. So I think that Sharika I'm looking forward to her taking on the women's field in Paris, which you're going to have the best of the best, and we're going to look at the 200, which she's going to have some absolute stellar. Female athletes. So, man, that's going to be good.
Wrapping things up on the guys' side, Luzerne in the 100, Ajayi Kayonsola of Nigeria, able to win there in 10 seconds. Ronnie Baker was third. Ronnie Baker was second, actually. Favor Ash was third of Nigeria. So, Nigerians go first and third there. Jamel Sajadi, I just want to quickly mention this. In the 800, the Algerian with a national record, a world lead, a Diamond League record, a meeting record, and a personal best. So all of that, you need to shout out the time of 1:41.46. And this guy, to me, he's serious. I know that Marco Arop, Canadians will know that name, and he's one they're keeping an eye on. But Sajadi, man, this guy is really coming to the forefront. But the performance of the week, we should talk about going back to the Stade de la Charrière. I don't know much about him. You mentioned his name. Benjamin Richardson beats Ronnie Baker. Mm-hmm. He goes in 9.86.
Hey.
South African.
Here's the thing. I mean, a young guy, young guy.
Go ahead, please. I got to take some notes.
Young guy. Young guy. Exceptionally talented.
Okay.
Jason, you and I talked about that track. That track itself that he competed in. It's one of the fastest tracks in Europe. I mean, so I try to, for all those kids out there trying to get a good time, go to that track.
Okay.
In particular.
Is there a fan on or something? Because I noticed the wind was 1.9.
1.9 is great.
They put a fan behind
Hey,
you?
listen, why not? Why not?
That helped me run 14.86.
14 minutes, absolutely.
You and this 14 minutes thing.
You know, here's
If
the
it's the
thing.
last damn thing we do, we're going to race.
No, that ain't gonna happen.
Why not?
Because I do this professionally, and I don't want to beat up on someone that.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
He's just
We don't-
afraid to
don't-
lose to some
don't
no
do that.
name
No,
like
okay.
me. That's what it is.
Zero chance of that.
All right.
No, Benjamin's exceptionally talented kid. 9'8" is something that I did not see coming. But also, I think that sometimes you have to be lucky. Sometimes you have to be prepared to be lucky, and obviously, him being Letsile Tebogo is again one of the fastest tracks, and 1.9 win. God, it's a blessing. I tell a couple of the young kids that I consult with, young sprinters that I consult with around the world. I mean, I said you always got to be prepared. You always got to be prepared, and ultimately running 9.86 now. It is I think it's the second fastest time in his country. Don't know what role he's going to play. I hope that this gives him added confidence going into Paris. I actually don't even know if he's running the 100-meter flat in Paris representing South Africa. So you can check on that, Mr.
Yeah, I don't
Mr.
know if he is,
Statsman.
but I'm not saying he's going to be a factor
Right.
in Paris. That's not at all what I'm saying. All I'm saying is you run 9.86. You deserve to be on Donovan Bailey Running Things.
Of course, but that's what I'm saying to you. We will always commend and highlight exceptional performances, and so yes, it's worth mentioning that Benjamin Richardson is someone that we should look for. He is young, and what role he's going to play in Paris, I don't know. But yeah, he's dropped an incredible time and definitely deserves a shout out.
Well, we're a week away, as talked about, and we still have action to come.
Oh, lots.
Two big meets coming up this weekend. Let's start off with a preview of the Diamond League over in London, England. So we're going to head back across the pond. And ladies first, I'm looking forward to the 200, which will have the likes of Julian Alfred, Dina Asher-Smith, Daryl Nita, Gabby Thomas. This is good. I know we don't have Sha'Carri. I get it. I know we don't have Sharika. I get it.
No.
But this is a nice little taste.
Dina Asher-Smith and Daryl Nita at home in London. Dude, I mean, again, London is rabid track and field fans. Athletics.
Yes.
Athletics fans. Love them. And they love me. So
Who
Dina at
doesn't
home,
love
dude.
you?
No, but yeah, of course.
I love you,
Everyone
man.
loves me. Dina at home and Daryl at home will be great. I mean, like I said, they are all training through and preparing for Paris. But I think that the added pressure of both Daryl and Dina being at home in London will be incredible. And we're going to see exactly what they're made of and what their preparation looks like going into Paris. Obviously, Gabby is one of the favored 200-meter athletes to win there, and Julian Alfred, like I said, I mean, she's someone that can easily be on the top of the podium or on the podium in both the 100 meters and the women's 200 meters. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that too.
What a preview that's going to be. Looking forward to that, yes. On the guys' side, going 100, this lineup is stacked.
Absolutely.
We have the Blakes of Akeem and Johan. We got Louis Hinchcliffe. Was he not the European champion? I'm pretty sure he was.
No, he's the British champion.
The British champion.
British
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Going in the 100. Zarnell Hughes, obviously we know who that is. Noah Lauza, he withdrew from last week's event, but he's apparently going to be there this week, hopefully.
That's incredible.
We got
That's good.
Simbini, we got Tebogo. I mean, wow, this is kind of like a mini Olympics right here.
This is a mini finals. Yes, I mean, this is absolutely a mini finals. I want to see how. So we can start from top.
Okay.
Top down. So this is no particular order, by the way.
Then don't say top down.
Man, listen, easy yourself, right? So Noah Lyles, obviously we're going to see what his top end speed looks like.
Right.
We're going to see what his relaxation is in the transition coming out of like the middle 40. I want to see what that looks like with him. Because I'm saying this because Louis Hinchcliffe is in the race. And Louis Hinchcliffe runs like how I used to compete, or how his coach, Carl Lewis, used to compete, which is there's not a whole lot of focus, on powering the first step out of the blocks. Louis stays relaxed, hit top end speed, and maintains speed spectacularly. So I'm going to see how he looks amongst the professionals. He's the British champion. He's the NCAA champion. He's the new guy on the scene. He's also at home in England, right? So that the added pressure, and I want to see what Akeem Blake looks like, because he didn't make the Jamaican top 3 in the 100 meters. So is this kind of like a revenge thing? Is he going to put the boots to these guys to say, hey, listen, I was here. I should have been here. Zarnell Hughes, again, man, I want to see what his prep looks like. He's at home. He's in front of his home. He's in front of the home crowd. So I mean, again, this Diamond League, the last one, I guess there's a meet in Louvain on the 27th, but this is the last meet that you're going to see before these guys go in for their last 2 weeks of complete prep. And speed work to get prepared for the Olympic Games. But the 100 meters is going to be fire, dude. It's going to be fire, and Sambini has been consistent. Mm-hmm. So man, yeah, it's gonna be amazing. So I'm looking forward to the men's 100 also.
Not gonna give us all the answers, obviously, but it may give us a few little hints here and there. So I can't wait. I'm looking forward to that this weekend. We spoke of the women's too. Gabby Thomas, the world leader with the U.S. trials, 21.78, going up against Julian Alfred, the world indoor champ. I mean, there's a ton of storylines. Even with the 400, I got to mention this quickly because two women have broken 49 seconds this year. And they're gonna that have done that are gonna clash in the women's 400. You got Nikisha Price, who won the NCAA title and the national record of 48.89. She's making her Diamond League debut.
Nice.
So she's gonna run into the Polish sensation, the European champion Natalia Kaczmarek.
Yes.
So that's a nice little taste there as well. So
we get to see.
Look forward to, man.
Well, I mean, both of those ladies are gonna be in the podium in Paris, so we're gonna see what that looks like today. What that looks like. Is it
coming up
tomorrow?
This weekend? Yeah,
tomorrow. Right,
yep.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, so we're looking forward to that. So those two have been able to obviously break 49. That's obviously a great thing. But wait, there's more. We also have the Holloway Pro Classic coming up in Gainesville, Florida, and we're going to see dozens more of Olympians. This is kind of like the final chapter, as we said before, the Paris Games, and again, looking forward to a bunch. Athing Mo.
Right.
You think about what's gone on in her mind. I feel horribly for her. She fell at the U.S. trials, will not be able to defend her title at the Olympics, but at least she's getting another chance to compete here in 2024.
Well, listen, I mean, with the thing, Mo, I don't think it's getting another chance. I think that this is this is probably the start of her revenge tour.
Oh, right? I like it. I like that.
No, probably is because the thing is, she's going to be watching a race in Paris that she should have and is very capable of winning very easily. And she's going to have a checklist of all the ladies there. And it's probably going to start this weekend. This is what I'm thinking, Jason. She's going to start this weekend, and then come post-Olympics, she's going to take the scalp of every one of those ladies, man. So, yeah, I mean, this is the start of her revenge tour. That's what I think.
And, others have a bigger picture in mind with the Olympics, but she'll be going all out. Like this is, like you said, this is kind of, I like the way you dubbed that, the revenge game for
revenge tour.
Revenge tour. Sure. It's all about that.
Sure.
Arian Knighton will be lining up. We're going to have some Jamaican content. Brian Lavelle, is he the next great Jamaican at 200 meters? I mean, he was able to win the national title there with a burst at the finish of that race inside the National Stadium. And Lavelle, of course, was third in the 100, behind Richardson and Seville. So
well, maybe I need to apologize because I think that he's the least talked about Jamaican sprinter, and the guy probably can quietly do some real good damage. At the end of the day,
who's this?
Brian.
Oh, Brian Lavelle. Okay,
for sure. He was the least talked about. We've got Shane and Oblique.
Of course.
I said he's the least talked about of the Jamaican top three. And I've made that mistake too by actually sticking Akeem Blake in there instead of him. But yeah, this is also, like you said, this is race prep. This is Paris Olympic prep. This is going up against athletes who are similar in talent. And so for him and for Arian Knighton, again, I think that just trying to blow off those rust spots
For sure.
and kind of get into game race shape. So that should be pretty good.
All right. Well, next week, a lot of ground to cover. We got to recap this.
Yes.
We got to look ahead to that.
Talk about London and look ahead to the big show.
Big show indeed. Let's wrap this big show the way we wrap every big show, courtesy of that great Canadian sauce company.
A cleaning stream to Donovan Bailey is pouring it on.
Running the anchor leg. Did you always like to bring it home? Were you ever like the one, the two, or the three? You always just bring it home?
I have. No, I ran. In high school, I was anchor. On the Canadian team, funny enough, after I blew my Achilles, I was leadoff.
I was just going to say, to me, that's more important than closing it. Because
it's as important. No, it's not.
I think it's more important. Well, because you know what? If you're bringing it home and you're getting the bat in 2 seconds after the other guy, what good is that?
Well, 2 seconds would be a problem.
Well, exactly. Well, I'm just saying.
2 seconds. 2 seconds will be a problem.
Okay, a second and a half. But you know what I'm saying.
A couple of meters down.
If you don't get the proper setup, bringing it home.
Well, that's why it's the only team sport that's
Right.
within the sport of track and field. But yeah, I mean,
was it Esme who led off?
Robert,
Right.
Carlton, and then Robert. Yes.
Esme, and then Glenroy,
to Bruni.
and then Bruni. Yes. So I'm just saying, if you don't get up to that flying start, like when he gave the baton to Glenroy, I knew it was over.
No, you didn't.
I knew it was over. So did Esme. He was like this.
Have you watched the
He
games?
was like this.
Have you watched the games?
Yeah, of course.
Glenroy was down when Robert got the game.
You know what I don't like about the next exchange? The first exchange was good, but Bruni was kind of fishing for it. And that kind of like gave me a little
I'm trying to explain to you what occurred.
Okay, so go ahead.
John Drummond ran 10:35.
Right.
Robert ran 10:47. That means we were down by a tenth when Glenroy got the baton. Then Glenroy turned it around and laid the hammer down. And he
But
got
for me...
Are you?
No, but I'm just saying.
Hold on.
For
Are you
me,
listening
at least
to me?
he kept it close enough for you guys.
I am telling you
Right.
facts.
Right.
And you're interrupting me.
But no, because the thing is, he didn't go number one, but he was close enough.
Are you listening to what I just said?
Okay, you go ahead. You go ahead. Okay.
I am telling you facts.
Yes.
And you're interrupting me
Go ahead.
by
Go ahead with your
giving me
facts.
an opinion on your feelings.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
No, not feelings. No feelings.
Me know that.
Okay,
me know that already.
go.
Anyways.
You go on first. Go ahead. Okay.
Either way, listen.
Okay,
yes, every leg on the relay is very important,
Right.
Jason. In Atlanta, we were down out of the in the first. Glenroy probably ran the greatest backstretch ever. He handed off while Bruni was fishing. Yes, he did that.
Yeah.
Bruni maintained. So Glenroy got the lead.
Right.
Bruni maintained the lead,
Right.
and then I tacked on another few meters by laying the hammer down in the last anchor leg.
Are you done?
I am done.
I don't want to interrupt you again.
Great idea. Great idea.
Whatever.
Great
It's
idea.
called conversation, not intro. It's called
Facts.
interjecting.
Facts versus
I'm
feelings.
just saying to you, in my opinion, I wasn't expecting Robert Esme to be faster than Drummond, but the fact that he was that close made a hell of a difference in my opinion.
But that's what
all I wanted to say.
that's what the stick was about. I think when
Right.
when Robert handed off the stick and he put his hand up, that's something I did at the Commonwealth Games because I knew that I'd crush that leg. But anyways, it doesn't matter.
That's what I'm saying. He knew that it was just going to get better as it goes along.
Well,
so if you could be that close to the first exchange, jam done.
He
He
knew that his job was done, Jason.
Right.
That's why he said, "Oh man, it's out of my hands."
Okay, all right.
Oh man, I don't have the baton anymore. It's out of my hands. Anyways,
Whew, I forget where we were going now. It took so long with that. I think it was the anchor leg brought to you by the great Canadian sauce company. Yes, visit. And that is some good sauce, by the way.
thank you.
Yeah.
Go out and get it wherever you can find it.
That's right. Exactly that. Now, you're a huge Tiger Woods fan.
I am absolutely.
Tiger Woods shot 8 over. 8 over
Yeah.
his first round at the Open Championship.
Yeah.
I know you always have confidence every time I ask you, so I'm going to ask you again.
Right.
Will Tiger Woods be playing on the weekend? Last time I checked, he was 14 over.
It was 14 over.
Yeah, so he said going into the second round, he'd have to shoot in the mid-60s to make the cut. So I'm going to ask you, because I know you're a believer in Tiger.
Right. I want to believe that Tiger's capable of shooting in the mid-60s, Jason. So, yes.
But he was 6 over today already.
Well, you know.
I just love it. You just never give up on Tiger.
Hey, man, listen, I'm loyal.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, whatever. I mean, I will say this. It's going to be a fabulous event. I mean, to me, this is one of the tougher courses to play.
Right.
Royal Troon out there in Scotland.
Right.
It's phenomenal. It looks like it's freezing over there. Everybody's wearing winter jackets and stuff. But
Of
okay,
course,
Tiger
it's
Woods,
cold.
just so you know, your biggest fan resides right here.
Hey, listen, man.
Right here.
I talked to the guy about it. It's okay, man. I believe in him. I've said it to him. He said that he's confident to me. So it's all good.
This is kind of like facts versus feeling over here. I can
No,
tell you that. Tiger
no
Woods
chance.
No chance is right. No chance. of
He
making the top.
has the
No chance.
ability to shoot 60, mid-60s.
Not
What
when
I'm
you're
saying.
6 over already. Come on.
I said that you told me about. You said the ability. He said he had to shoot the mid-60s. I believe he can shoot in the mid-60s.
20 years ago, maybe. I want to shout out Jamaica's ice hockey team. I know you don't like talking about hockey.
Why
but
don't I like
I'm
talking
gonna
about hockey?
It's a track and field thing.
Oh, my cousin plays on the team. You know that, right?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, congratulations to Donovan. What's your cousin's name?
Peyton Francis actually used it. Peyton Francis played on the team.
Well, victorious in the final match of the Challenger Series after beating a strong Lebanese squad 12-8.
A Lebanese hockey team?
Yes. So this is
So,
a tournament
I love
with
it.
teams
I love it.
Lebanon, Puerto Rico, I do believe. So these are teams that,
That only have ice in their drinks.
basically,
Right.
they're all
That's great,
associate
though.
members of the. You can't expect them to go up against like Sweden and Canada and the U.S. and Russia and Czechia and stuff like
Well,
that.
Jamaica, dude, it's Jamaica. The small island of
Right.
Jamaica is probably the most ambitious. The most ambitious human beings reside. So yes, if Jamaica is fielding a hockey team, we hope that one day they're going to compete against the U.S. and Canada.
Exactly.
That's what you do.
Caitlin Clark, 19 assists, a WNBA record. She also, I think, is the first ever to do to get a triple double as well. Rookie of the year, is that a slam dunk?
Yeah, I mean she's doing a lot of the media certainly has gotten her vote or has given her that vote but what's really good though is that she's actually playing. So she's playing, breaking records, not only breaking records with butts in the seats and television contracts and stuff, but she actually is a great basketball player.
Gotta salute her. What she has done for the WNBA and her squad in particular,
Right.
phenomenal stuff. Here's a question for you. Bronny James, all of a sudden he's taking some action. In fact, there was a bet made in Canada, so I don't know if it was you.
Me?
250 to 1, and there was a significant bet on him to win the NBA's Rookie of the Year. I mean, Zach Edey for me would be ahead of Bronny. I know Zach went like 9th overall to Memphis.
Right.
Any shot Bronny can win the Rookie
Is
of the
Bronny
Year?
going to actually get playing time? And anyways, listen, no, dude, nothing is not going to put. I would put nothing past the kid. At the end of the day, you know, when I look at the incredible father-son moments that him and his father has,
Right.
and the fact is that the greatest pressure that this kid could have is playing. Forget about media and forget about all the other crap. The greatest pressure that kid has is playing with
Yes.
and impressing his father, which is such an incredible moment for black men, for fathers, for people everywhere. And so it wouldn't surprise me, dude. I mean, if he hits the floor and he gets the ball at the end of the day, again, why not?
All right. And as we wrap, just want to shout out Spain, victorious at the Euros, running the table, beating some really, really good teams along the way. I can't remember if you picked Spain in the final.
Of course I
you
did.
You did you?
Of course.
Of course. You picked nothing but winners.
Of course.
I love you. You are forever the optimist. Your glass
I
is
pick
always
winners.
half full. You
Well-
pick nothing but winners.
Yeah, sometimes it's empty.
Prognostication Bailey over here. And congratulations as well, Copa America. My goodness. Wow, what a fight that was. Argentina,
Yeah,
without
that was
Messi, suffered that ankle injury, which was, terrible. You never want to see that. But they were able to get it done over Colombia, as that was in extra time. Anything else you want to add as we wrap this segment? I mean,
No, I'm good.
every time we chat, we get closer and closer to Paris 24, which is good. 1 week today. So in the meantime, you know what to do. Continue to like, follow, share, download, subscribe. Be a part of this podcast. I'm Jason Portuondo saying, as always, thank you for the company. My man, take us out.
Definitely watch the Diamond League tomorrow. Catch me on CBC during the Olympic Games. But until next week, peace out.